Hello, welcome to the second semester virtual program. My name is Sally Richardson, and I will be your go-to person for all things VP. My title is Virtual Program 21st Century Liaison, which means I'm the go-between for all staff, students, and families and their home building. Before we get started, I wanted to say thank you for your resilience and patience with us, and we hope this will be a positive and smooth transition experience for you and your family. Before we get started, I wanted to make sure that there was a clear understanding of the two terms that were going to be used in our scheduling discussion. So synchronous is a term used to describe any scheduled class or meeting that takes place with two or more people joining online to participate. So for example, advanced math with Miss Coons during period 4 on Mondays and Thursdays. Asynchronous is a term used to describe any time outside of a scheduled online class or meeting. So for example, work that is assigned to be done asynchronously would describe homework that should be completed outside of a scheduled class period. This is an example student schedule. We'll call him David. As you can see, David has the minimum 4 core classes. He's also taking a PE class according to his PowerSchool, but this will be an asynchronous class, meaning that they do not meet as a class regularly and all work is assigned on Schoology. As you can see, he has all of his odd classes on Tuesday, Friday. So periods 1, 3, and 5 are on Tuesdays and Fridays. All of his even numbered periods are on Mondays and Thursdays. So he has a class period 2, period 4, and period 6. So Mondays and Thursdays, he's expected to be on Microsoft Teams for 3 classes. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, he only has to be online for 1 class on Microsoft Teams. As you can see, his Wednesday synchronous times are listed down below. And again, that's for Wednesdays only when he will be meeting with those teachers online in the afternoons. This is a student example that has MTSS classes. So let's say that this is the schedule for Alexis. Now, Alexis has her 4 core classes with her VP teachers. So she has the classic odd classes on Tuesday, Friday, even classes on Monday, Thursday. However, she has period 5 with Danielson, who's teaching out of Cheney, and she has Read 180. Any MTSS class is going to be meeting 4 days a week and the additional synchronous time on Wednesdays as required by their teacher. So from 1:51 to 2:46, which is when period 5 meets at Cheney, she will be meeting with Danielson on Microsoft Teams to participate in his homeschool Read 180 class. Students were given 2 classes that were available for optional encores. If your student opted into a music class, so orchestra, band, or choir, music classes will be scheduled with Mrs. Tackling and information will be sent out later this week for music students. PE with Mr. Dozel will have informational meetings on Wednesday, January 27th on Microsoft Teams to introduce the Schoology setup. So all of his work will be done asynchronously. Please have your student check Outlook for the invitation. Attendance is another big shift in our virtual community. Students will need to be present for all synchronous classes and meetings on Microsoft Teams. Teachers will be taking attendance daily for every class and meeting that a student is scheduled to attend. If your student is unverified absent, the first step will be communicating with that student and their teacher will be making sure that they have 0 technology issues. The second step, if your student continues to be unverified absent, communication will be sent out to you and I will be CC'd on the emails. The third step, if your student continues to be absent for scheduled meetings and classes, the home building will be notified. If you know your student is going to be absent for scheduled classes, please call into your home building to notify the office staff. Teachers will be notified via PowerSchool that your student is going to be excused absent, and your student is responsible for contacting their teacher via Schoology messaging to find out what they are going to miss. Daily student expectations are to show up with a fully charged device, communicate any technology issues with your first period teacher, do not have your phone open and available when you're in class. We want to reduce distractions. Make sure that you're checking your grades and missing work regularly on Schoology and communicating with your teachers if you have any questions. and communicate with your teachers via Schoology for any questions or to schedule any help sessions that you might need. New this semester, we also have virtual program guidelines. So the student expectations are that the student must participate in Microsoft Teams meetings as required by the teacher, counselor, or administrator. The student must understand that retention is possible if the student fails to show competency of grade level standards. The student must complete required coursework for each course every week in Schoology. The student must complete all required quizzes and tests by the due date. The student must complete required state and district assessments, including STAR, NDSA, and the Panorama Survey. And the student must follow all technology expectations and responsibilities outlined in the Administrative Policy ACDA. Before I get into the parent portion of that document, please know that we are here for you, and we want to know all that is going on behind the scenes to best support your student. As we get started, if you have any information that you think would be helpful for us, please do not hesitate to reach out. We're on your team, so please communicate. Again, this is from the middle level virtual program guidelines sheet. So the parent expectations are that the parent/guardian understands that West Fargo Public Schools will recommend a student return to on-site learning or participate in YouthWorks on-site engagement intervention 4 days per week for a lack of engagement or refusal to demonstrate evidence towards learning progression in the virtual program. If a student or family refuses to return to on-site learning or participate in YouthWorks, the student may face grade retention for the next school year. Retention is also possible if the student fails to demonstrate progression and proficiency towards grade level standards. The parent/guardian understands that the district requires the student to attend all virtual classroom meetings, and the parent/guardian understands that weekly progress should be monitored and discussed with the student at home as well as with the classroom teacher or teachers. Continued, the parent/guardian understands the student's right to an education and continuously unverified absences in combination with late work will result in a referral to the Student Attendance Review Board, or SARB. The parent/guardian understands that they are expected to support the student's use of technology by following the Administrative Policy ACDA, the use of the West Fargo Public School District Computer Network. The student/guardian understands the importance of responding to all school correspondence to ensure the success of the student. And last, the parent/guardian understands the student will not be eligible to participate in district-affiliated extracurricular activities if they are not within good standing according to the student's college and career readiness, CCRs, expectations. Teachers have had a lot on their plates this semester, but first and foremost, they are looking forward to getting to know their students. With this shift in scheduling and staffing, we are looking forward to developing meaningful relationships with our students and supporting them in the learning process. Both students and staff have been through multiple waves of change in this past year, so we appreciate your continuous encouragement. Finally, thank you. I'm here for you, so please let me know if you need any questions answered, clarity provided, or if you need further understanding of any of the expectations or guidelines that I have presented.